Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So I am back with the second part of my final haul video for 2020, and I have got 6 fragrances here with me, which is actually half of the total haul. But before I begin, I would like to say a huge thank you to all of you who watched the last video, and your encouragement means a lot to me. And I know you're all excited to see this part, and I'm equally excited to share it with you. So let's get started and hope you enjoy watching the video. So the first fragrance that I have in my hand is, I'm told this is a vintage. So, but the fragrance is not like discontinued or anything. It's a very popular fragrance, again from the house of Nishane. So this is Nishane Bosphorus. Now this bottle, when it reached me, I found there's a little something odd about it. That is, if you notice the cap, first of all, this is not the usual Nishane cap that I have with other bottles, and secondly, this looked like it is bigger. Okay, but it has Nishane written over here. So I am told that this is actually one of the first lot of Nishane Bosphorus, because Nishane has discontinued this cap, and you can see how the cap fits. So this is obviously one of the earliest range of Nishane Bosphorus, and I'm privileged if this is a vintage. So now coming to the perfume, this will be one of my go-to fragrances for the summer season. This is a very unique kind of a summer fresh fragrance, if I can say. Very aquatic, very white floral. There's a very strong white floral vibe to it, and there's a little bit of woodiness to it as well, very slight, but on the whole it's a very aquatic, kind of fresh kind of a fragrance. When I say aquatic, I'm hinting on a little bit of greenery, a little bit of greenness that is there to it, and it actually smells a lot like the seaweed kind of, the water with seaweeds and a lot of greenery around it. It has that mossy kind of feel to it, and there's a slight bit of woodiness that I'm getting to it. Just like the last video, I'm not getting into too many details about the notes because I'll come back with that later on, but this has ingredients like seaweed and seagrass, so I can get that greenness is quite evident, and little bit woody, little bit musky undertones are there, but it's a very beautiful aquatic fresh kind of a fragrance, perfect for the summer season and perfectly unisex in my opinion. This can go very well with men and women alike, and if you are out for longer durations during the summer when the heat is absolutely unbearable, this can be a perfect fragrance to accompany you. Like I had told you earlier, like most of these fragrances were ordered during the lockdown and during the summer months. So Bosphorus was one of those fragrances ordered in March, and it reached me really late, around November end. So which is why I have to wait until the next summer. But most of the other fragrances I have are very winter friendly. So I'll be getting a chance to use them in December as well as in the coming months. So the next fragrance that I have in my hand is one of my most sought after, one of the fragrances that I was really looking forward to getting this fragrance in my hand, and finally, because it was very difficult to procure it, so I'm happy that I got it. I was successful. So this is Back to Black by Kilian. This is a tester bottle, so it did not come with the usual Kilian packaging, and I get it from the bottle that this is not a very recent production. So I'm happy with it because the first sniff of this fragrance reminds me of Remember Me by Dubois, and I don't know why, because this one does not have tea, this one does not have milk, but there is a common note here that is cardamom, and maybe because of that, the first sniff just reminded me of Remember Me. And it's a beautiful fragrance. It has tobacco, it has almond, it has vanilla, so that creaminess is there. At the same time, this has a whole lot of spices. There's coriander, there's nutmeg, there's saffron, there's cardamom, of course. So I am sure this will be a very unique experience to wear this fragrance. I'm going to use it to the best during the months of January and December and January, of course. So I will come back to you later on the performance of the fragrance as well as the notes in detail. But right now I can tell you from whatever I've sniffed and once or twice that I've used, it looks promising. It is a very beautiful creamy white. It's giving me a very sweet creamy vibe to it, but let's see. I have a lot of expectations from this one. The next fragrance that I have in my hand is one of my favorites from this lot. Definitely one of my most favorites. I have already used this couple of times, not couple of times actually, more than that. Sorry, more than that. I have this. This reached me around the end of October, I think, and I've been waiting for this for quite some time. I've been looking forward to, because I was told this is absolutely not in the market. So this is Tiziana Terenzi's Ursa, and it's been a long wait for this fragrance, and I can't tell you how happy I am to get this finally. This is a beautiful, gorgeous fragrance. It's not just your typical feminine fragrance. This is like there is a little bit of twist to it, and I initially felt that the twist, the sharpness comes from patchouli. So patchouli is bringing all the difference to it, but it's not just patchouli actually. From what I have noted, there are quite a few impressive notes over here. Like there's vanilla, of course, there's tobacco, there's oud, there's agar wood in it, and there's leather. So a lot, and of course patchouli is there. It has nutmeg, it has rum as well. So there's this little bit of booziness and a little bit creamy, a little bit boozy, a little bit powdery, a lot of powderiness. And then I think I can't pinpoint exactly which is that particular dominant note that is playing that most important role over here. But Ursa is something that definitely I will put it in a blind buy list. Whenever I'm making an updated blind buy list, Ursa will be a part of it. It's so lovable. This is not just likable. This is so lovable. You can wear it during the day. You can wear it during the later hours in the evening. Later hours in the evening or at night for nighttime occasions, and it's so likable. And most importantly, Ursa has a very strong projection and a humongous longevity. On my skin, it lasts easily for, the only thing is it's very heavy, so I'll keep it down. So the longevity of Ursa is really very impressive. It lasts for at least, and a very consistent note, it lasts for about 6 to 7 hours on my skin. So I'm very happy with it, because we may often say 6 to 7 hours, but then there are times when you don't get the fragrance again. After a while you do get it, but with Ursa I'm always able to sniff myself, smell myself good, and that helps me. The next fragrance here is an absolute beauty, and again this is one of my favorite houses, and this is one of my favorite fragrances that I've been looking forward. I was very lucky to get it and I immediately lapped it up. So this is Serge Lutens Femininity Dubois. I hope I'm getting the name right. So look at that color. Femininity Dubois is one of the most beautiful fragrances that I have discovered lately. It is the central theme is actually cedar. It's Femininity Dubois. In literally it means femininity of the wood, of wood. I guess I'm just guessing here that Serge Lutens, they probably wanted to include woody fragrances. Make it like a female woody fragrance, because most of the times woody fragrances are a part of men's fragrances. They are, but this one is what a woody fragrance would be like when it is made for a woman. So this is that, because cedar is the central theme of this fragrance. That much I have learned. Cedar is the central theme of this fragrance. It has vanilla, it has benzoin, it has musk, it has a whole lot of spices like cinnamon, cloves, ginger, as far as I remember. and it has sandalwood at the base as well, which obviously sandalwood, it has rose in the mid heart, of course. So all of these make it a beautiful, extraordinary kind of fragrance. It has cedar as the central theme, so obviously it has cedar, and it's just gorgeous. I'm sure this will be likable to most of you, but just to be very sure about it, I would suggest, if you are buying it, if you want to buy it, buy a decant or a sample if you can, but do try this. I'm sure most of you will like it. It's very, very gorgeous as a fragrance, and I'm still using it, but I think this will be a perfect workplace or a date night, because it's very subdued, typically Serge Lutens, not very outlandish and not very loud, but it's a very subdued gorgeousness around you. So that kind of fragrance, which works perfectly in a workplace scenario as well as on a romantic night out or a date night, that kind of scenario. The next fragrance that I have in my hand is a complete opposite of Femininity Dubois. This is not exactly loud, but this definitely has a more robust performance when it comes to projection and sillage. Longevity wise, both are same, but this is far more stronger when it comes to the sillage and the projection of the perfume. So this is Lancome's Lavender Trianon. So this was not available anywhere, and I somehow got it. This is an old bottle, so you can understand, but the perfume is gorgeous. Now, I had heard a lot about the lactonic quality, the lactonic aspect of this perfume, because it has milk. This has milk, but trust me, when it came to me, I mean, from my nose, if I just get lavender and vanilla, powdery, strong, powdery, creamy kind of a perfume. Of course, there's milk in it, but I don't find that kind of lactonic thing to it, which would not have been as appealing to me. The robust powderiness, the soft powderiness of this fragrance really blew me away, and it's so the vanilla works beautifully with the lavender, in my opinion. The projection is very, very strong, so, and a favorite in my opinion. So I've come to the last fragrance of this video, and this is Initio Parfums Brevet Absolute Aphrodisiac. I don't think I need to introduce the bottle anymore because I have done that before. Let's come directly to the perfume. Spicy, woody, earthy, and yet a little bit creamy. It's not the typical woody dryness. I think it's a little booziness to it. Maybe it is the musk that I'm getting right now. So I'm still at the very initial stage. I've only used this just after it came. I just sprayed it on myself. That's a very primary way of using it. Nothing when it comes to information like the projection or the sillage or the longevity of the perfume. So I need to really work myself through with Absolute Aphrodisiac. It's not a very easy one, but from what I get, just initial impression is I'm going to love it. I know I'm going to love it. And there's something about Initio, I'm kind of developing a newfound fondness for the house. I'm liking everything that they have to offer. So, and very soon, I hope so, hopefully very soon, I should be able to give you a complete buying guide kind of a video from Initio, because whatever I have, I can on that basis, because I have quite a few now, and then I should be able to give you a more in-depth review of the whole house and whatever the best options that there are to buy and enjoy. So that is all that I have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I loved bringing it to you. This will be my final haul for 2020, and I'm sure I've had such a wonderful time buying a lot of perfumes in 2020 that there will be some time before the next haul comes, because I'm really going to take a break. My cupboard has a designated section for my bags because I have quite a few of them, and right now my perfumes are invading that section, which according to me is not a very good sign, because that means I have too many bottles and very soon I'm going to run out of storage capacity. So till I make better arrangements for storage and better arrangement to handle the amount of perfumes that I've accumulated, I'm not going to buy anymore. So that's a decision I'm taking for 2021. Anyway, I will see you very soon in my next video. So till then, lots of love. Bye.